champion Marvin Hagler. Here's another war going on right now.
We ought to mention here that this is a 10-point must system, the same system that was in use in Las Vegas 2 weeks ago, and we'll find out if the officials here in Chicago are more willing to give 10-8 or 10-7 rounds than they were in Las Vegas.
And what Larry Merchant is referring to, of course, is the Sugar Ray Leonard fight with Thomas Hearns, and that is the fact that in rounds 6 and 7 of that fight, Ray Leonard seemed to have won by a wide margin, and yet they were only scored 10-9, the same as some later rounds that were won by Thomas Hearns.
You're going to see a lot of boxing from Hagler, because I think what he's going to do now, he's going to try to find out what is the most effective maneuver against Hamsho.
Hagler, of course, all business in the ring. Rarely will change expression. Hamsho we expect to come right at Marvin. Right now they're at long range. Feeling out period. 30 seconds into round 1 middleweight championship. First exchange.
I just don't believe that Hamsho has the tools to deal with a guy of Hagler's caliber.
Hagler will switch hands on you too. He'll go southpaw, he'll go the other way, he'll go every which way. Especially against a brawler like Hamsho, just to confuse him a little bit. Hagler with a jab in Hamsho's nose.
You're going to see the experience factor here, because Hagler's going to box him, going to outmaneuver him. And Hagler's right jab is very effective here. He's going at will.
Very sharp early on. 2 jabs right there that Hamsho tries to duck under and can't. I don't believe Hagler has missed a right hand in a fight. Hamsho has been prone to cut. He took 22 stitches after the fight with Wilfred Scipion. And again, a very, very sharp right hand. And already the right side of Hamsho's face a little bit red.
Hamsho's not used to a guy's feinting him, working body shots, moving side to side lateral position, throwing constant left jab. Hamsho's just not used to this kind of fighter.
Well, admittedly, we are only about 2 minutes into the first round of this fight, but Hagler has looked extremely sharp. And scores twice again and comes with the left hand on the top of the head. And another good right hand that stands Hamsho straight up. And another one. Going to run out of fingers pretty soon.
There's not too many guys that can stand up to Marvin Hagler, and that's the reason I want to give him an opportunity to make some money.
Well, he's managed to keep Hamsho at long range right where he wants him. Hamsho just simply cannot get inside that jab of Hagler's. Coming up on the 30-second mark here, and Hagler draws a warning to keep his hands up. And a right hand stands him up again. Marvin Hagler looking extremely sharp here. Hamsho tries to crowd him now, and Hagler covers up and gets out of there inside the 20-second mark, round 1. Missing a counterpunch. Round 1, all Marvin Hagler. Once again, the right hand, the right side of the face. We come to the end of round 1. Well, I'll tell you what, when they write the book on boxing, it would be hard to write it any better than that first round. Round 2, schedule 15-rounder, middleweight championship of the world. Hagler right to work with the right hand again against Hamsho. And a left hand scores, and Hagler goes after him. Hamsho swarming Hagler now against the ropes. Showing a little offense of his own, but swinging wildly.
This is the only way Hamsho would be effective. Going inside, clinching, tying him up, wrestling, clinching, holding, hitting. This is the only way he can fight. Hagler can change up. He's versatile, he can box, and most of all, he can punch.
So Hamsho trying to get inside, being a little bit more effective early in the second round here, doing that than he was in the first. Right hand catches Hamsho backing away. And again, a right hand to the side of the head of Hamsho, keeping him away, keeping him off balance. Left hand scores for Hagler. And another right hand, right to the nose. Once more, good stiff jab by Marvin Hagler, coming off a left hand by Hamsho that scored on the top of Hagler's head.
Hagler's doing the right thing, keeping Hamsho on the outside of that jab. Because inside is very dangerous because you can sustain a headbutt.
Which, of course, was the case with Vito Antuofermo against Marvin Hagler. Sends Hamsho back. Hamsho Hamsho trying to work inside. As Ray Leonard mentioned, that's really the only thing that he can try to do and sustain any kind of offense. Chopping left hand by Hamsho.
You know, it's quite difficult fighting a guy like Hamsho inside because Hamsho is capable of throwing punches from any direction. He can hit you in the body, in the back of the head. I'd rather fight him on the outside.
Combination again stuns Hamsho. Right hand and a left cross. Hamsho has gotten much the worst of the early going here. Marvin Hagler looking extremely sharp. And Hamsho scores with a right hand. And a left hand to the nose of Marvin Hagler as Hamsho swarms him. And a good left hand again, and the knees wobble for just a moment.
Hamsho is a very durable fighter. He's taking some good shots from Hagler, although I think as the rounds progress, it's going to take his toll completely.
Another right hand getting right in on the chin of Mustafa Hamsho. Hamsho fights back, tries to swarm again, takes 2 shots, gives 1. Hamsho, the kind of guy who'll give up a couple of punches to get in a couple. He's been likened to Jake LaMotta, likened to Harry Griff. But as Larry Merchant mentioned, he's getting a boxing lesson right now from the champion Marvin Hagler.
Hamsho.
Round 3 upcoming now. A little bit of swelling on the right side of Mustafa Hamsho's face, and it has taken an awful lot of jabs. Another right hand catches him up on the left side of the face.
A one-punch KO is not going to be the case here. I think Marvin's going to eventually put his punches together because I think it's going to take a series of punches to get Hamsho out of there.
Well, Marvin has rarely missed in the first 2 rounds here, and we just get underway here in round 3. Has been extremely sharp. The jab scoring between the guard of Mustafa Hamsho. More important, Hamsho has not been able to get inside, and there was a butt. Now blood shows.
There's been a butt.
Result of a butt. It's on the right side of Marvin Hagler's face.
And there is a cut over the right eye of the champion on a butt.
Marvin Hagler now says, I got to get down and do some business here.
Well, Hagler, he doesn't really know how serious that cut is, and it can get worse as the fight progresses. And what he wants to do now is try and get the fight over with as soon as possible.
Blood continuing to show, and it could get into the eye as Hamsho now tries to work on that. And I think you might have heard Marvin Hagler say, come on, come on. Might be the first time in the fights that we've done with Marvin Hagler that I've actually seen him angry. I think Marvin is really angry right now.
Well, I think he can't afford to get angry because he's not missing. But Hagler is a superior fighter, and I'm quite sure the experience will take its toll.
I think there might be a cut on the right eye of Hamsho also. Not sure if that blood is coming from Marvin or from Hamsho, but I believe it's from Hamsho alongside the right eye.
Both fighters are cut at this present time, and I've been quite biased as far as Hagler is concerned because I really want to fight him because I look at him as being a great champion.
And Marvin continues to talk to his man. I don't think Marvin wants to fool around. I think the cut on Hamsho right now is probably the more serious of the 2. And Marvin is just fighting like a man possessed right now. Inside the 1-minute mark remaining here in round 3. I think Marvin's getting a little bit tired of butts. It happened in the Antifermo fight, and it happens here in round 3 against Mustafa.
Marvin Hagler is showing you how to box. He's showing you how to use the jab. This is the way you work your jab.
Right hand again scores. Hamsho sticks his tongue out at Hagler. Hamsho may be trying to work on the psyche of Marvin Hagler. I've never seen Marvin Hagler lose his cool, and I'm not implying that he's lost it now, but I do think he wants to get this over with. Couple of punches scoring there by Hamsho, and Hagler comes right back at him. 5 seconds remain. End of round. Round 4, and let's see how good the cut man in each corner. Hamsho starts bleeding almost immediately. No blood showing from Hagler right now. Hagler gets right back to work. Combination by Hamsho, scoring on Hagler.
All right, family, this is Scrapbook Boxing. Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series, 100 years of world championship fights.
Hagler again.
All great fights and all great fighters will never be forgotten on my channel. This has been Marvelous Marvin Hagler. And Mustafa Hamsho. 100 years of world championship fights will continue. Thanks for hanging in with me. Salute.
Hamsho bores in on him once again. Right hand scores by Hamsho to the side of the head of Hagler. Hamsho again swarming on his man. And now blood showing from the left eye as well, maybe along the bridge of the nose of Hamsho. Now there's definitely a cut over the left eye as well as the right eye, so this fight, I would guess, is not going to go a great deal longer, as long as Hagler now, the referee, Marvin, stops things for a moment. He's going to ask for the ring position here. And he is asking Hagler to go to a neutral corner. This is not a knockdown. The time will stop. And the ring physician will come on to look at the eyes of Mustafa Hamsho.
No way they're going to stop this fight.
Position is not so sure, and there is a lot of blood. It is from the left eye, above the left eye of Mustafa Hamsho.
You have to give Hamsho another opportunity.
Hagler goes right to work on it.
This is Hagler's chance to get him out of here.
Very effectively here. Blood from both eyes of the challenger. Hagler again sticking the right hand in the face of Mustafa Hamsho.
At this point now, this fight should be stopped. I don't think, although a championship is great to have, at this point now, it's not worth your health.
Hamsho has been like, or rather, Hagler
Oh, beautiful. Hook off the jab by Marvelous Marvin Hagler.
Scores two more times. It's got to be affecting his vision.
It is. The blood is flowing to his eyes, and but again, I take my hat out to the guy. The guy's still fighting. He's still in there.
Well, game is a word that we overuse perhaps in the sport of boxing. I think you have to use it and use it accurately so on Mustafa Hamsho. Hagler really punishing him right here. Hamsho comes back with a right hand and scores with another right hand.
Good hook thrown by Mustafa Hamsho. Hagler needs to stick with the jab.
Bang away now, virtually at will. The crowd is on its feet, and I think the crowd empathizes with Ray Leonard, myself, and I'm quite sure our cohort Larry Merchant, and that this fight should not go on a great deal longer. The left eye does not seem to be bleeding any longer right now. Does not seem to be bothered.
This would be the last round, one way or the other, for this fight.
Right on it, and yet another by Hagler.
Well, we can see now that Hamsho is completely out of it. I mean, as far as his vision is concerned, he's fighting from the heart, but his vision is completely impaired.
And Marvin Hagler has his job.
Beautiful right hand. Left hand combination thrown by Marvin Hagler.
Hamsho dead game, but we come to the end of round 4. Very, very damaging round.
Normally he's very excitable. Picked that moment to be very calm because he knew he had to be.
And he told Mustafa Hamsho, you just got to get out and do it right now because if you don't, I'm going to stop the fight. That's exactly what Hamsho is trying to do. You know, you see a movie like a Rocky, and that's all let's pretend. And here it's just about the same scene going on in the corner, and this is for real, folks.
Well, Hamsho tried to stop the fight from the very beginning, and we see Marvin still in there. All you're going to see now is pretty much a boxing lesson. You're going to see Marvin displaying his talent, just completely outmaneuvering, landing punches, putting his punches together quite well, and just taking Hamsho apart at the stage.
Hagler just kind of pacing himself now. Hagler knows he's got the fight virtually won, barring the totally unforeseen. Cutman in Hamsho's corner obviously doing a pretty good job because we are almost a minute into this round and there is really not
Good jab by
a
Hagler.
great deal of blood. And he was cut pretty seriously on both eyes.
Oh my God, what an uppercut.
Up again on the left eye. The right eye seems to be cut underneath the eye and the left eye above the eye. There has been no further blood on the face of Marvin Hagler following the butt.
I like what I see of Marvin. He's boxing, he's utilizing the whole ring, and when he has an opportunity to take control, he stands there and releases combinations.
Marvin doesn't want to do anything to get in any more close-in contact than he has to because of the butt. Right hand right on the chin of Hamsho that time. But there really is not as much blood in this round on the face of Hamsho as there was in the last, although the right eye now showing quite a lot of blood. Hamsho tries to fight his way off the ropes. Hamsho content to stay against the ropes now. Uppercut scores by Marvin Hagler and another right hand to the face in the eye.
Hagler's taking Mustafa Hamsho to school.
Crowd is alive. Right hand to the
Hamsho's
face.
taking a beating at this time.
Hamsho obviously taking his corner seriously. This is the last round, and it looks very much right now.
Yeah, he can definitely stop this fight any time.
Well, Hamsho has sustained more cuts on the lower part of his eye, and I don't see no way this fight can continue.
This time, I think everybody is in agreement that the fight cannot go on much longer. Octavio Moran taking a very close look now at Mustafa Hamsho. Hamsho cut along the bridge of the nose, on the eye, inside the mouth, both eyes. Trying to do what he can to keep the attack of Marvin Hagler off of him, but there is very little he can do right now. Just trying to measure.
Oh my God, what a hook that was. Oh, this fight is over. Beautiful combinations thrown by Marvin Hagler. This is the champion.
Another right hand and an uppercut. Hamsho's corner is up, and they are saying, that's it, that's all. Braverman is saying, stop it. The referee does so. The fight is over, and Marvin Hagler is retained as undisputed middleweight champion
Salute.
of the world. What can you say?
You can't think, but this guy is truly Hagler, the greatest middleweight in the world, without a question.
And he really got all he wanted from Mustafa Hamsho tonight. He hit him, I don't know how many punches, 200-300 punches maybe?
It may be double than that.